Hello everybody, and welcome back to Corey's Kitchen. Today we're making smoked swineapple. Back ribs wrapped around a whole pineapple. To start, we're going to be making a dry rub. You can make my dry rub, or you can put your favorite dry rub on this. To start with, we're going to use a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of kosher salt, 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika, and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Then we've got 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of ground mustard, and 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon with 1/2 teaspoon of celery salt. We're going to combine that together. So once we have our dry rub all blended together and all the lumps taken out, we'll get ready to put it on the ribs. So to prepare our back ribs for the dry rub, we're going to want to remove the membrane. Once the membrane is removed and your hands are washed, I highly recommend using rubber gloves to apply the dry rub. It just helps for easier cleanup. Okay, now we're ready for the dry rub. And what you want to do is just put your dry rub all over both sides and your edges of your ribs. Rub it in there really good. Once you've seasoned your ribs with the dry rub on all edges and sides, we're going to refrigerate it for a minimum of 15 minutes to a maximum of 48 hours. For our next step, we want to take the skin off the pineapple, and then we're going to wrap the back ribs around the pineapple. So I like to use a round tin, or tin foil. And then we're going to wrap our rib side in. So what you want to do is secure one side of the rib in through the pineapple with a skewer. And then I like to break off the skewers so they don't poke big holes, big gaping holes into the tin foil. Now the final step before putting it on the smoker is spraying down your swineapple with a mix of 1-to-1 apple cider vinegar and apple juice. And you just want to moisten it. Then we want to wrap this up. Now your swineapple is ready to go onto the smoker that's been preheated to 225 degrees Fahrenheit. After an hour of being on the smoker, that's what we're looking at. So the meat is still pretty pink, but it's really moist. You can tell it's retaining its moisture well. We're going to do another spray of the apple cider vinegar apple juice mix. The 1-to-1. Give it a good soak. Then we're going to add a few chunks of butter just around the edges so that it gets down in between the meat and the pineapple. And that's just going to help keep that meat tender and juicy. Now we're going to wrap it back up. Sides. And put it on the smoker for another hour. So 2 hours on. Oh, beautiful. We're gonna spray it again. Spray again. I'm going to put it back on the smoker for another hour. At this point, we're going to check the bones. They're still not, they're stiff, not ready to come out. So we're going to spray. I'm going to wrap it back up. And put it on the smoker for another hour. Let's see what we have.